So today is 20 of July 2026, and today I will do a shadowing that I'll do reading a newspaper to enhance my knowledge about a very interesting topic. It's about the downward trend in science subjects enrollments. So I'm reading a news article from The Conversation. The title is Why It Matters That Student Participation in Maths and Science is Declining. So there has been a lot of talk about Australia's science, technology, engineering and mathematics crisis, and new alternatives have been developed to tackle it. There's a talk about engaging students with mathematics and science, kindling student interest and transforming the way it is taught. But the simple fact remains that many students are choosing not to study this subject at high school. A new report with my colleague John Mack confirms that compared with 15 years ago in the dark ages of digital technology, recent New South Wales high school certificate graduates are less well prepared to enter STEM courses at university, while 50% of them finished high school with no science study at all. Unlike many other countries, such as Finland, the US, and China, Australia does not mandate study in mathematics or science for high school graduation. Students get to choose, and in the New South Wales and HSC, they have 43 subjects to choose from, and not counting the 62 language course. More Australian students now complete high school and more go on to university, yet there are declines and stagnation in mathematics and science study in an area where it is evident that these subjects play an ever-increasing role in our lives and in countries' economies. Historical perspectives show just how low current science and math participant in New South Wales is. Declining numbers in mathematics prior to the new HSC in 2021. More than 98% of high school graduates studied some sort of mathematics. By 2014, 9.7% of students did know math. The proportion of ATAR eligible boys studying math had fallen to 90.7%. Among girls, it was only 78.6%. The proportion of students studying no mathematics at all for high school graduation in New South Wales has tripled since 2001. This also occurred among boys. Both boys and girls who applied for an ATAR and were planning to go on a university study. The level of mathematics studies has also fallen. There are New South Wales and national declines, with a shift away from intermediate mathematics to more elementary mathematics. In New South Wales, twice as many students are enrolled in elementary maths as in intermediate maths. Illogical declines in science. Although less dramatic, there are also declines in science participation. Among New South Wales ATAR eligible students, science participants was substantially higher in 1991. Biology 35%, chemistry 26%, physics 24%. Then in 2014, biology recorded at 30%, chemistry 20%, and physics 17%. These illogical trends come at a time when there is increasing recognition of the important role these subjects play in educating future workforce. Since the new HSC in 2001, the proportion of ATAR eligible students undertaking no science study is stagnant, but at high levels around 45%. So nearly 1 in 2 university students went science-free in HSC. The biggest subject in HSC science is biology. More than 1/3 of ATAR eligible girls take biology. Only 68% now take a science subject other than biology. National surveys of science participation also show declines despite rising numbers of students completing high school. When we compare these statistics to international practice for the levels are low, most countries mandate mathematics study for high school. Many of the high-attaining countries are also required science study, even for students who take arts-based streams. England is playing catch-up and now plans to require math study up to 18 years of age. Declining university preparation, science and mathematics subject combinations are particularly important preparation for many university degrees, yet levels of participation are low in various math and science subject combinations among HSC and ATA groups, especially among girls. In 2001, 19.7% of boys and 16.8% of girls from corresponding year 8 cohort went on to study math science combination in the HSC. By 2014, only 19% of boys and 14.1% of girls went to study such math science combination in the HSC. The magnitude of these declines could be considered marginal. However, in the 2001 HSC retention rates from year 8 for males and females were 63% and 74% respectively, while in 2014 they were 71% and 80% respectively. One might assume that increased secondary and tertiary participation would lead to greater participation in mathematics science, but that is not the case. The problem is broader and deeper. The performance of Australian 15 years olds is falling in the international assessment of mathematics and science literacy. Australians' mean score and international rankings have declined since 2000. Many students opt out science and mathematics after the age of 16. Even among them those intending to study at university, this places Australia in a precarious positions in the world's competitive knowledge economy. Our report suggests that today's students with intention to study at the university less smart and less science than previous generations, and they do much less science and math than their peers around the world. If these trends continue, Australia can no longer think of themselves as belonging to the clever country. So there are a few words that I would think. So let's see, this article is from 20 and 15, so we need to have something more updated. Maybe another article from vietnamnet.vn. So the title is Enrollment in Basic Science Majors Declines in University. This is from 2023, it is more updated. This trend has raised concerns over a potential imbalance in the job market, leaving basic science with a shortage of qualified professionals. Enrollment in basic science majors in Vietnam University has dwindled. Let me have a look at this word. With many students opting for more lucrative fields upon graduation. If this situation is not fixed, an imbalance of professions is predicted to occur, leading to basic science falling into a state of scarcity of human resources in the future. At the University of Science under the Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City, the enrollment of majors in natural science and life science has been behind those in the majors of computer information technology and engineering between 2019 and 22. And what is this one? Let me see. Let's say the oceanography. The oceanography major recorded the lowest number of candidates between 2019 and 22, and it enrolled only 21 candidates in 2019, 8 candidates in 2020, and 25 candidates in 2021, and 20 candidates in 2022. All are lower than the target of 50 candidates. Data from the University of Science under the Vietnam National University Hanoi showed that the rate of new enrollment in basic science only accounts for 30% of the total annual enrollment target. Some basic science majors continue facing a low rate of students application. This is so long, but it's okay. Let's see. Next now. Data from Nha Trang University last year showed that the three basic science majors of fisheries management, aquaculture, and agriculture processing failed to enroll enough targeted numbers of students. The school only enrolled 32 of the targeted 50 students for the major of fishery management. 125 out of 160 in aquaculture and 68 out of 100 in seafood processing. At a recent conference, the Ministry of Education and Training revealed that last year the country had 521,263 candidates entering university, reaching a rate of 83%. 0.39%, the Vietnam online newspaper reported. The ministry set 4 majors of agriculture, forestry and fisheries, natural science, social services and life science have recorded the lowest enrollment in 3 consecutive years. Specifically, the major of life science enrolled 54% of the target in 2020. The courses, let's have a look at the courses from Quán, an admissions official at the University of Science under the Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City, said that the candidates ignore basic science majors such as natural science, life science, and agriculture in recent years because the majors are believed to provide fewer opportunities of job and career development than other majors now. Fresh graduates who finish their training course of basic science majors and worked at a research institute are entitled to a salary according to a coefficient prescribed by the state. If calculating the starting point, the salary is a few $million. The student's choice of major does not only depends on their interests and skills, but also on the income they will receive after graduation. He said that if a basic science major does not bring a high income potential for graduate students, few students will want to pursue it. Besides the basic science, other science that study and discover the laws of nature and create new knowledge, requiring in-depth knowledge and skills in analysis, reasoning, and solving complicated problems. Therefore, students are required to have a good knowledge base, be able to study, research, and adapt to difficulties in the learning and research process, he said. However, he said not all students have the ability and interest to work in this field. In the meantime, professions related to business, information technology, and healthcare currently bring higher income for students after graduation than basic science majors do. He said, if the situation continues, it will lead to a shortage of high-quality human resources working in the basic science sector, affecting the development of the industry in the future. It is one of the reasons leading to Huỳnh Quyền, principal of the Ho Chi Minh University of Natural Resources and Environment, said the first reason is that dissemination on the internet and the media does not orient candidates to register for the basic science majors at the university. It is one of the reasons leading to inadequacies in the supply of human resources of basic science, especially environmental resources, he added. Solution. In an attempt to fix the situation, Vice Principal of Ho Chi Minh University of Technology said the school had promoted the importance of the basic majors to society. The school also encourages students of the majors through sponsorship from alumni or local companies cooperating in the basic science, he said. Trần Vũ, head of Communication and Admissions Office, University of Science under the Vietnam National University, Ho Chi Minh City, said that the university had maintained a scholarship worth 2 billion Vietnam dong, providing tuition fees and scholarship for first-year students learning majors of natural and life science. Tô Văn Phương, head of the training office at Nha Trang University, said that the school had improved the content of the training program and teaching method to attract more students learning the basic science major. The school has also strengthened cooperation with local businesses and employers in training human resources for fishery management, aquaculture, and processing majors. For example, the school already worked with a leading shrimp export cooperation in the country last year. Accordingly, the cooperation will finance the training cost of 10 billion Vietnam dong each school year between 2022 and 2027 for 100 students in 2 aquaculture and aquaculture processing majors. In addition, the school has supported all costs of accommodation at dormitories for the students until they graduate. Students are offered jobs after graduation, he said. It is one of the solutions that the school expects to help attract more students learning in the majors of the future, he said. Ooh, great job. You did very well today.